Alrighty folks, it's me again, VB7200, and today we're taking a look at the PowerBook G4 once again, kind of, and, I guess looking later on it, sort of. Basically what we're going to be doing in this video, let me try and lower the brightness of it, it's a little better. Basically in this video what we're going to be doing is taking a look at how it performs on the internet nowadays, with the, recent update of TenFourFox, which is basically a Mozilla client compatible with PowerPCs, which is a hell of a lot nicer than Safari. It runs a lot more websites better than Safari would. And it just really is just a better experience than Safari. What it really does is makes the PowerPC based Macs kind of more relevant in the world today than it would have been, I don't know, when they were dumped, kind of. Apple didn't really see them going this far, but they really have, and they can still be used to an extent. So we're kind of taking a look back in the video. Now, specs that we're running are still the same as the last overlook. I haven't gotten around to getting RAM like I wanted to, but see, it still has the 512 megabytes of RAM, DDR, standard RAM. So basically what I want to do with this computer a while back, actually, was kind of turn it into a file system. I wanted to make it like a server type thing, kinda-ish, I guess. Basically using just the Mac's file sharing system. But it worked, but it worked and it didn't work. You probably can't even see it. It won't even show up because my laptop's not on. But what I do have this set up is for, a shared disk drive that my MacBook can use. So if I want to watch DVDs or something, I just have to pop the disk in here, leave it on, and then watch it on my MacBook, which is good. I can also burn stuff from it too, which is also good because the MacBook does not have DVD drives. I think it does have a burner, and I think it does. I'm not sure, but anyway, so here's the shared folder actually. So all of this stuff would be shared to my MacBook, and it lets me view it, and I can also save to the hard drive. So now I have a whole basically extra like 70 something gigabytes to store as an 80 gig hard drive. So now I have extra 80 gigs to store all my stuff on, had I want to, or if I want to. I could have used the dimension for it, which I have running right here, actually. I could have used the dimension without a doubt, but I just kind of decided against it because the dimension isn't as reliable as I would like it to be. But another thing that I found out, if you saw in the last video, Microsoft Messenger down there, that guy didn't want to work, and I found out why. It's kind of funny, I didn't know this. It shows how little I actually used MSN. Or Microsoft Messenger, whatever the hell it's called. Microsoft Live, Messenger Live, I think it was changed to. I don't know. But that's because it did not work because Microsoft actually fused or merged all of their servers for it with Skype. So now, like, if you were to go on the Dimension, that still has a version of it. Basically, when you open the version or you try signing in, it says there's a newer version of Messenger available, and it just takes you to the Skype download. So basically, Microsoft is Skype's MSN, or Skype is Microsoft's MSN thing now, or Messenger client that they want you to use. I use Skype a lot more than I use MSN, so I'm not really pissed about it, but oh well. I'm sure people that are kind of upset don't really like that, but I know there's ways to get around it. So anyway, let's kind of get to the premise of the video here, which is to use TenFourFox. Now, TenFourFox had a recent update, I think maybe like 38 or something like that it was, that allows TenFourFox to use HTML5, which is great because it means you can watch more like online videos and stuff like that, and it's basically just a lot better than what it would be. As you can see here, opens the TenFourFox start. See, if you haven't done so already, it's time to update. Benefit in PDF viewing, reader mode, and high-speed JavaScript compiler. So you can see there's more stuff down there. I have 38.5, I think it is on here. I don't know. It's just the recent one that I downloaded. Let's scroll down a little bit. See, Power Max should stop using Flash. So basically, it uses HTML5 now, and it uses some play videos with QuickTime Enabler, which is pretty good. So, see right there. The QTE lets TenFourFox directly feed video to QuickTime Player so you can play YouTube and selected HTML5 videos without Flash. Which is good because Flash never ran good on Macs. It doesn't even run good on modern Macs, to be quite honest. But we'll close out of the tab here. We'll look at Google here. See, Google looks exactly how it would on a modern PC, which is right there. You have Google running on here. Actually, the screen does look a little dim. You can brighten that up a little bit. So we'll go to Google or YouTube, I suppose. The only reason, or the only thing that I don't really like the dimension for is, or not the dimension, this for is that it doesn't have ad block. Well, I probably could get an ad block extension if I really wanted to, but that would definitely eat up the little RAM that I have available to actually browse the web and whatnot, so that probably wouldn't be very smart in the long run. Now, YouTube, it can play YouTube videos. Now, that's a big statement. As you can see, you can barely scroll down the page, though. But that's something you probably would have never heard come out of anyone's mouth quite a while ago, excuse me. So if you go to my uploads here, I'll try to find... It really does well with live action videos. And by that, I mean, like, actual video shot with, like, a camera, how I'm doing now. Like, games, like GTA 5 probably would run okay. I don't really know. I haven't really tried it. But, like, Geometry Wars 3, where there's a bunch of shit flying around the screen, that might cause it to stutter a little bit. So we'll scroll down to one of my SSR videos. We'll watch trail riding here. See, loading it isn't exactly slow, but it's not the fastest either. And now it should attempt to play.
SRS 2015.
Let's see if I can find the volume keys here. So basically, it starts out pretty bad. As you can see, it's barely playing the video. You just have to let it run a little bit, and it'll eventually catch up with itself. As you can see, it kind of improves over time. The other thing is that it's capped at 360p, which is better than not watching it at all, I guess. Because you're right around here, it usually evens out. Yeah, see, it's getting a little bit better. Right there, it kind of evened out, as you can see. So now it's running pretty decent frame rate. And now the good thing is, you actually can pause the video, pull the playhead back, all the way back here, kind of let it catch up with itself, and then press play again. And it will play the beginning of the video at a reasonable frame rate, how it was before. See, now it's not choppy anymore. Playback obviously isn't the best. It's not amazing. Mainly because YouTube is kind of reliant more on the processor than the actual GPU. As you can see, it's playing it almost flawlessly on the account that it's only in 360p. Also, like we start moving the mouse around the screen, as you can see, it really shits out right about there. It kind of stopped. But as soon as you stop moving your mouse, it goes right back. We can try in theater mode. See a little bit bigger view. Takes a little time to get there, but once it's there, it runs okay. Not as good as the standard player, but it's running it at least. So if we go back to standard player here, it definitely looks a lot nicer in standard view. It actually reminds me a lot of like a cell phone video, to be honest, but like the early 2000s, or mid 2000s, late 2000s cell phone videos. As you can see there, though, it did in fact play the video all the way through. Of course, with little hiccups here and there because of what I was doing. But if you just let it and sit there and let it watch a YouTube video, it runs okay. I mean, if you needed to, you definitely could do it. It's not as far-fetched as it was before. And with things like UView not working anymore because YouTube changed their protocol and whatnot, it's a pretty good comparison, really, or a good other route you can take if you want to watch YouTube on these things. We'll try Geometry Wars 3 and see how it manages that, just because this is a little bit more kind of fast-paced video.
Basically, for the folks over there, YouTube. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Mute this. See, it's actually starting to catch up with itself a little bit earlier in the video, but as you can see there, it froze, I think. Yeah, no, it's just buffering. So as you can see, it's actually not really doing this that bad. Of course, there's some places where it really can't catch up with itself in time, but there's, for the most part, it's playing it okay. The resolution is obviously a lot shittier than it would be. It actually looks a lot worse in the eye than it does on camera. But you can still read the scores and stuff like that. You can tell what's going on. And it really isn't half bad, really. I mean, it's kind of like you wouldn't want to do it if you had to. And you'd only do it really unless you had to, but for the most part, it runs okay. You can tell what's going on. The sound's all there. The audio is good. And other than that, it's okay. It's really not bad at all. We go to some other websites here, like, I guess we can, like, a Facebook. See how it handles that. We'll go down here. Run over to my Facebook group here. I'm sure none of them would mind. See, Facebook is actually kind of slow getting some things started here. Yeah, notifications taking a while, but there they pop up. The other thing that's really pretty bad on here is the what's it called? The two-finger scrolling. It doesn't have two-finger scrolling, which is annoying. Yeah, the beach ball death here. I'm actually gonna cover my name. We can show here. Keys from YouTube. It loaded the page fine. I think if I hold it here, you can't see anything. So we'll scroll down a little bit here. If it lets us. There it goes. Okay. So as you can see here, Facebook is sort of running. It loads stuff. Not the best, but it does. I can find the scroll. Maybe actually do scrolling with this would be. Yeah, scrolling with this is a lot better than pressing the buttons. So you can see all the pictures are loaded in time here. All the text is there. Nothing's really gobbled up. Of course, you gotta wait a little bit for it to kind of look this nice, but it comes up without a doubt. Go back to Google here, press new tab. And that is really all I kind of intend to show you. I mean, YouTube is probably one of the most things people do on a website nowadays. That and Facebook. Googling stuff, obviously, I guess I can Google something. We'll look at a Wikipedia article, I guess. Wikipedia. Doing simple things like Googling is a lot faster than trying to load intense web pages like that. Google Wikipedia page here. Well, Google Wikipedia. Let's just search PowerBook. See, it loads PowerBook. Okay, the picture. If it's, I think there might be a picture there, but I don't know. It loaded everything fine. All the text is here. All the pictures are there. There's my PowerBook right there. Looking sexy as always. Yeah, so that's what mine has. Mine has a super drive that can burn CDs, play DVDs, and whatnot. 1.5 the graphics card was placed in new while offering 108 megabytes of video memory. That actually is a lie. This only has 64. Maybe there's a higher model you can get. I really don't know, though. But there's the battery recall, which I don't know if this one has. It might. I'm not really sure. But that really is the PowerBook's kind of online capabilities, which are really nice, actually. It's a pleasant kind of experience. I mean, it's obviously not like going on here. If you click YouTube, it loads instantly almost. That was a bit of a stretch, actually. Not instantly, but not even click YouTube. Obviously, you're on something like a full desktop like this with a dual-core processor. It's almost 3 times the speed and better graphics card with almost, I don't even know how many times the memory. As you can see, it's just, you know, it's going to be different, obviously, but it can pair up with it. Just watch one of Snazzy Labs videos here. See, even this guy kind of suffers with video, or the computer suffers from some wait time for videos and whatnot. But it still runs, and it does everything it should. And I'm pleased with it. Text editing on it is fine with Office and Word, PowerPoint, everything like that. iTunes is still there. I don't know if iTunes still works. I haven't tried it. I guess we can look at iTunes as I drop the camera. I apologize for that. iTunes still should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. I don't think there's any been releases since this one. Any major ones, anyway. I'm trying to debate even if iTunes is still called iTunes anymore. I think it is. I don't see why it wouldn't. Movies. I want to get to the store. That's really all I'm concerned about, is iTunes Store still works. It looks like it does. And I think it does. Yep, iTunes Store still works. All the crap comes up here. So iTunes on this guy is still usable. What version is this? About iTunes. iTunes 10 is the latest, I think, that will run the store like that, because I know iTunes 9 will not work on the iBook G3 that I have over there. iTunes 9 doesn't run. Let's see what version I have on here. If it loads on the dimension. Yeah, iTunes takes forever to load on PCs. It always has. I don't really know why. Doesn't look like it wants to. I'll be right back once it loads. Alright, so this is the most recent version of iTunes, as you can see. Running finally. It took, I don't know, a couple minutes for it to pop up. But this is iTunes 12 point something, I think. It said it, once all this crap runs through, it'll say. But when I opened it up, it said the most recent version is iTunes 12 to download it, which I'm not going to, but... iTunes 12.3.0.464-bit. And iTunes 10. So this is only 2 versions out of date. This guy's 2012, yeah, so it's 3 years out of date about. It's still running strong. iTunes 9 doesn't work anymore, like I said. That's the one with the music disc on the... It's like the music note with the disc in the background. I think iTunes 10 was the first one to change the logo. And since then, they changed it a bunch. It was blue like that, and then the new note in the middle turned white, and then it turned orange with that. It looked like that, but it was all orange. And now it's all different colors. It's kind of cool, I guess, but yeah. I don't really know. But for the most part, multimedia and internet on this guy still works. And the Wi-Fi card still reads Wi-Fi. I know with these older things, sometimes the newer routers has trouble picking up the newer routers, but this guy doesn't seem to mind. So it's still out there. It's still going strong. Still chugging on. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked that little kind of overlook again of the PowerBook G4 and all of its glory. And rate, comment, subscribe if you want to see more.